2024 na! Are you planning to visit the Philippines anytime soon, or have you been planning to move here? Today, I want to focus on discussing about the cost of living in the Philippines as of this month of the year. As a disclaimer, I'm not an expert on this, okay, but I've been going around asking people, doing my research, because a lot of times, especially when I travel in different parts of the Philippines, I book my own hotels, Airbnbs for the family when we're planning to go out of town or something like that. So I just want to share to you so that you kind of have like idea on how much you should prepare or if people here are already scamming you or milking you money. Plus, so that you can have an idea if the Philippines is worth the price and the Filipina that you're dating is worth their Benjamins. So, let's go. City versus province. As we all know, everything's more expensive in the city because it's more developed, it's more populated, and most of the imported products would be dropped there first, I think. Even if we're just talking about the entire Metro Manila, it only consists 16 cities and one municipality. Prices also vary. Because if you're planning to stay in Makati or BGC, which is in Taguig City, it costs more compared to the outer cities. The less developed, the poorer cities, like Caloocan, Valenzuela, Navotas, because when we were renting in Makati, and this was around year 2017 or year 2018 something, so the rate there, renting a three-bedroom house, no garage, very old house, is already at, is it 15 or 18,000 pesos per month? I forgot. No, I think it was 20. And one of my friends was living in Valenzuela City. And for a family of four, they live in a house with one bedroom, but actually it's super small. It's made up of like light materials, just wood, some pieces of sheets of metal roof or something like that. He said, and it's really far from the main road, like you gotta go to a lot of dark and narrow alleys. He said he pays like around 7,000 pesos per month for that. And of course, doesn't have a garage, even for a motorcycle. So you might want to take into consideration which part of the Philippines would you like to stay. And we're just talking about the city, okay? And which part of the entire Metro Manila you would like to stay. As for provinces, in the province of Cebu, Cebu is like an entire island, but their capital is Cebu City and is like their version of Makati. So everything is expensive in Cebu City as well. We went there last year, and for the Airbnb, it already costs, the price is kind of close to the Airbnbs in BGC. So, well, personally, I think it's worth it because you have everything you need in there. Like, if you want to visit Cebu and you want to book an Airbnb or something, you're already in the heart of the entire island. You have a lot of ATMs there, Starbucks, grocery stores, banks. So, everything's easily accessible. So, it kind of adds up to the price of Airbnbs and hotels as well. But when it comes to like the remote areas of the island, I don't think it would cost that much because I have former office mates who came from far islands. Some came from Mindoro, some came from the central part of the Luzon. They are farmers. They just live in small houses. And when we were talking about the cost of living in the province, they said on a daily basis, they just like spend around 500 pesos for a family of four. And that covers the family's entire expense and food for the whole day. So it's way cheaper to live in the province, especially if the province girl that you're dating has like a garden where she can just pick vegetables or fruits, or if she has poultry or something. So it's pretty cheap to live in the province compared to the city. But of course, as we all know, the Philippines consists of 7,100 islands plus. So you might be thinking, oh, since it's cheaper to live in the province in the Philippines, and you're already thinking of moving there, You might want to take into consideration that there are some provinces here, whereas they might have hospitals, but they don't have enough doctors or facilities to cater to you. So you might want to think about that too. Next one is the utilities. For electricity, it depends on your usage. As for me, when I was still in Makati, for a family of six, whenever summer hits, like it's super hot, like we just really can't use electric fans anymore. We need to use air conditioners. So it depends on your usage and maybe the type and the brand of the AC that you're gonna use. Because for us in Makati, before the pandemic, we only use ACs when we sleep because we just can't afford the electricity. And our bill is around 5 to 6,000 pesos monthly. And we had two ACs that only runs at night for 6 to 8 hours, I guess. So if you want to leave your AC on for like 24/7, maybe it's more practical to have like an inverter. I'm sorry, I'm not really well versed with ACs. I just know how to turn them on and off. But aside from that, ACs, and if you're using a lot of appliances that consumes a lot of electricity, cause I got friends who stay in Airbnbs, but they run their ACs like 24/7. Their electricity bill ranges from 10 to 15,000 pesos, and they have like fridge, induction cooker, AC, computer, I mean desktop computer, TV, I guess. So it actually depends, but it doesn't really cost that much for you guys. For us, it's a huge deal, okay? For water, let's see. Our house in Makati, my brother's living there, and for a family of four with one baby, their water consumption is just around, I think, 200 to 300 pesos. But then again, it depends on where you're gonna stay. If you're gonna stay in a condo, for sure it costs more. They charge more on the per cubic meter when it's a commercial area compared to the residential area. Internet. Internet here sucks. Well, depends on where you at and depends on your service provider. But for me, we are paying like 2,500 for PLDT internet, and we already have like a landline, and it has something else, but I forgot what it is because I'm only after the internet. Plus, it has like three meshes because I need to have like Wi-Fi in almost all of the corners of the house. So yeah, 2,500 for the internet. For now, it's still kind of cold here, and I live in the highlands, so we don't really use ACs that much. So our electricity is like around 4 to 5,000 pesos for a family of six. Water here in our area, well, we don't pay for water because we have a deep well. So that also charges to the electric bill. So cell phone network provider. Our major providers here are Globe Telecoms and Smart. But now there's Dito. And what's the other one? Is it Gomu or something? So it depends on your area. If Globe is better there or if Smart is better in your area. Because our house in Makati, Smart is the best provider in that area. But whenever I go to Ayala, in the central business district in Makati, Globe is very powerful there. So even though it's in the same city, it really depends. So you might want to ask around once you try to visit the Philippines. But as for my experience, if you want to go to Boracay, Globe is really powerful there. Even when I was doing the island hopping, when I was in the middle of the ocean doing the boats and stuff, I have 5G signal. Hello. So yeah, in Cebu City, Globe is okay, but when it comes to the canyoneering, the snorkeling stuff, Smart. So it depends on you. Food, it depends. Like, are you planning to cook just to save, or you always wanna eat out? Cause food here depends also where you're gonna buy. Of course, we have grocery stores here, just like what you have there. But we also have like flea markets here. Like we have dry market and we have wet market. Whereas everything's cheaper compared to the air conditioned groceries at the mall. And at the market, we call it palengke. Like you can buy retail. Like you can even buy just a piece of carrot, a piece of apple, maybe 1/4 kilo of chicken or something. So if it's just you in your Airbnb or wherever you wanna book and you just wanna cook for one person, you're gonna save more if you're gonna buy your ingredients in a palenque. Or you don't really have much time to prepare for food and eating in a restaurant is not an option for you because you want to save. We have this thing here called carinderias. Carinderias are home cooked meals and you only get to pay like around 50 pesos or 60 pesos up to 75 pesos I think for an ulam. Ulam is the viand that we partner our rice with. So it's like an order of chicken adobo is around 50, 60 pesos. It depends actually on the store and depends on the inflation as well. Because here, when I bought chicken adobo the other day, actually it's just 50 pesos here for us. And that's just for one serving. Usually it should cater to one to two people, but with appetite like us, it would only cater to one person. So you might want to look into that. Plus, since you're a foreigner and you aren't used to eating a lot of rice and you eat a lot of meat or something, you might want to buy like two orders of chicken adobo or something like that. So you're gonna see what your money's worth. But for us here, because I used to work in Makati for more than a decade, and I cannot afford to eat in restaurants on a daily basis. So we have in Makati this thing called Jolly Jeeps. Actually, it's a rip-off of Jollibee. It's like a karinderya on the go. It's like food carts in your country, but they serve like home-cooked meals. And it's pretty cheap. For a price of, I usually pay around 75 way back in 2016, I think, 2017. Because I always ordered 2 cups of rice with my adobo. So, yeah. Check out Sisig Sarada. Best sisig in town. But anyway, so I go for Corinderia food whenever I don't have much money and I don't have much energy to cook for my own food. But other than that, then go to the malls for groceries or eat out in restaurants. I mean, you do you, baby. In commuting, we have jeepneys, we have buses, we have tricycles, we have pedicabs, but for others they call it padjaks. And hey there, everybody! Thank you so much for your time watching my videos. This Philippine cost of living special is a very long video, so I decided to chop it into several parts. If you have any corrections or additions to my info, please feel free to share in the comments so that we all can learn from it. Let's help each other out. Please don't forget to like and subscribe as well and maybe share this video perhaps. Thank you so much and I'll see you all in the next video. God bless. Mwah!